Is Good Boy a new horror film that is groundbreaking, or is it just a whimper of an indie film? Let's dive in. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Movie Dive. Today we're diving into Good Boy, because he's a good boy. I'm going to put him down. Before we dive in, please do not forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. Please ring that bell button down below to get all notifications on the channel. Good Boy is a movie I was pretty apprehensive of going to see. I saw 5 minutes of the trailer. I said, I don't even know if I want to watch this because Marley and Me type films are typically not the movies I like to watch. Since you saw I have a dog, I just want to make sure that the dog doesn't die in the movie. Needless to say, I was hearing good things about this film, hearing it was a good indie horror film and hearing it was pretty creative. So I went ahead and checked it out, and it didn't hurt that it had a runtime of 1 hour and 15 minutes. So it was pretty easy to get out of the house and go see Good Boy. So this movie is made by Shudder. They're most recently known for their Terrifier series movies. So it is an indie filmmaking style in the horror genre, which I feel like those type of movies have been making more and more a footprint in the theatrical release. I believe Good Boy has good word of mouth. The reason for that being is because it's something someone has not seen before. Many people have dogs and it's been late at night and you see your dog barking at the corner or something and you wonder to yourself, why is my dog barking when there's nothing there? Can they hear something I can't hear, or can they see something I can't see? And it's really good for the movie Good Boy is yes, when I was talking about it possibly being creative, it is. It's something I feel like I have not seen before, and it was a pretty fresh take on horror movies. It was completely from the perspective of the dog, and he didn't really leave the dog's side for most of the runtime of this movie. Now, not to say this movie definitely didn't have flaws for it being a small budget flick. Now, there are some benefits and some negatives of it being small budget. I would say the benefit is how creative they got with it. I heard it took quite a long time to film this movie. I couldn't even imagine because I think the dog was real the whole time. I know there were certain shots, at least for sure, but the camera would always be following him as if it was a GoPro on the dog. And my dog right now is squeaking behind me his toy. Now, the negatives of having a small budget indie horror film like this is, I would say the scares definitely are not really there. It's supposed to show you certain things that are supposed to be scary from the dog's perspective, and it actually gets pretty sad because I think it's an allegory for his owner having something else going on with him, and it's a good way of showing the fear that happens in those situations. I don't want to explain it more. I don't know if it was in the trailer or not, but I just don't want to spoil it. But when the ghosts appear or little pop-outs appear, it doesn't really affect me. It seems quite cheesy, but I just kind of brush that aside again for the low budget of the whole thing. Basically, though, this dog, Indy, I think the name is Indy in real life. It is the director's dog. He gives a Daniel Day-Lewis. I think I gotta do this review of my puppy because he keeps running off and doing some crazy stuff while I'm doing this review. Normally he naps, but not today. So I'll make this pretty short and sweet, but I will say that there are moments in this movie that made me roll my eyes. But again, you brush that to the side because it's very creative. It's basically like they have a GoPro on top of the dog. There are moments that might make you sad, specifically the ending. The human actors are not very good in it. Whenever you hear their voices, it doesn't sound really realistic. It was a fun watch. They were really smart for only making 1 hour and 15 minutes. It was any longer than that, it would have started dragging on a little bit too long. Certain things didn't make sense. Still quite enjoyable. I would go check it out this Halloween season. So I'm going to go ahead and give Good Boy a 65 out of 100. Have you guys seen it? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive, and we will see you next time.